If you ask any self-respecting Japanese rhythm gamer, they'll likely know the name Taiko no Tatsujin. It's Namco's premier rhythm game series and involves hitting a massive drum to the notes on screen. It's a pretty easy game to learn, involving at most 4 buttons. Thus, the difficulty comes from the complexity of the song charts. While I'll probably never touch high-level play, I'm not awful at the game either, but that's debatable. But while the series is commonplace in Japan, its releases have been incredibly sparse in the West, with only 6 home releases coming over in the past 18 years. This is in stark comparison with Japan, which has had releases for nearly every home console in the past 10 years. The PSP, Vita, Wii, Wii U, PS4, and more have all gotten versions of Taiko in Japan, while the US specifically was stuck with a single entry on the PS2 for over 10 years. In 2004, Namco decided to test the waters with the Western market, creating a fully original game titled Taiko Drum Master. Similar to how Konami handled their PS2 releases of Dance Dance Revolution, Namco filled the song list with lots of American pop and rock music. We will get to this fact later. The game itself plays just like a regular Taiko game, no shock there. You hit the face buttons for your red notes and the shoulders for your blue notes. Red Octane provided a drum for the PS2 version, but I don't have that, because I'm not rich. The game plays just as well with the DualShock 2. Whew. Okay, so Taiko Drum Master on PS2 might just be the weirdest rhythm game I've played in my life. It plays perfectly fine and feels pretty great on the DualShock 2, so I can't complain there. But this game's completely insane selection of songs had me rolling in laughter basically the entirety of my 45-minute recording session. The list really doesn't sell how hilarious it is until you pop it into your system. With classics like Toxic by Britney Spears, Girls and Boys by Blur, yes, Blur, Killer Queen by Queen, covered poorly, and Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves, which is a song that makes me want to jump into a vat of acid, being some of the top bills on the soundtrack. But this is just the pop and rock section's funny songs, because they have a TV section consisting of an insanely massive 2 whole songs. What do you think they picked? I'll give you 5 seconds. Wrong. It's Jimmy Neutron. You get Rock the Dragon and the Jimmy Neutron theme song by Bowling for Soup. Both are pretty good songs and all, but if there were ever a combo we as society never deserved, it's this. Aside from that, some Namco songs come along for the ride, mostly being alright. You've got Brave Sword, Braver Soul from Soul Calibur 2, Ridge Racer, and Katamari on the Rocks. But that's not all you get from the Namco originals. By playing through the game normally, you'll unlock some extra songs. Ridge Racer and a few other video game songs are part of this, but the real comedy comes in with the Namco originals that are unlockable. You get Taiko March, a pretty average March song I'll never play again for clearing 5 songs. But the real comedy comes in with the song Dawn Rangers. For clearing 10 songs, you get an entirely Japanese tokusatsu opening parody song that feels completely out of place with the rest of Now That's What I Call Taiko 2004. So the song selection sucks, but that's not all the game has to offer. The game also includes a grand total of 3 mini-games, which are as follows. Watermelon Eating Contest challenges you to get carpal tunnel by mashing the face buttons while avoiding Tetsuo's attempted assault and battery. It's not too hard, but my wrists hate me for even trying it. Fireworks Festival has you pressing circle to launch fireworks and R1 to kick away bombs. Why this stupid turtle is attempting to bomb us is beyond me. And finally, we have Reach the Helicopter, which is bad. You have to use L1 and R1 to balance a stack of infinite dog wadas so they can escape the Vietnam War via helicopter. At least, I think that's what's happening. Dog Wada's probably committed at least 12 war crimes, so it probably fits. I think one of the best ways to illustrate how absolutely insane this game is to show the opening. Despite the rest of the game being completely dubbed in English, this is a Japanese song with subtitles. It fits the Taiko no Tatsujin brand, but not this game. It's a weird pick and illustrates how Namco seems to be half and half on really making this game fit the West. They added tons of American songs and dubbed the game, but didn't change any names or try to explain the Matsuri setting. It's one of the strangest games I've ever played, and it sold like ass. With these numbers, I suppose it isn't surprising that Namco didn't bother to bring a single Taiko game to the West until 2018. So, it's been 14 years since Taiko Drum Master. Wait, fun fact. They brought Taiko Drum Master to Japan with the same exact song selection a year later, and it sold worse. Shocking, I know. Anyways, after 14 years, Namco finally decided, sure, let's try this again. Namco translated and released Taiko Nintendo Switch Edition and another game in the US in 2018. Note how I say translated here, as for all intents and purposes, these are the exact same games as their Japanese counterparts, just in English. We'll start with Nintendo Switch Edition, renamed to Drum and Fun when it was brought to the West. This game has online play, which works fairly well, as well as a much better song list compared to Drum Master. Not like that was a high bar to begin with. Highlights include Soryu no Ran, A Cruel Angel Ceases, Pac Toy Box from Pac-Man Championship Edition 2, Ridge Racer, and the PlayStation 2 game opening. There's a lot, and I mean a lot of DLC for this game, as well as its PS4 counterpart Drum Session. So if you really like paying for songs, I have the game for you. What this game has that elevates it from good Taiko game to hilarious Taiko game is the motion controller option. By using two Joy-Cons, you can obliterate your forearms while playing considerably worse than you would normally. It's such a good mode, you need visual example. Take a look. As you can see, I'm having a lot of fun. Get those right. Drum rolls are hell on this. I hate it. I swear to God, this is the worst way to play a video game. Drum and Fun also includes considerably more minigames, and they're all pretty fun. They're all meant for 4 players, but since I'm not getting my friends to play fucking Taiko with me anytime soon, I had to play them alone. They're a really good way to try to fill the void of no new Rhythm Heaven game while you cry yourself to sleep over the lack of no new Rhythm Heaven games. Nintendo. Please? As for Drum Session on PS4, I don't own it. From the looks of it, it's pretty similar to Drum and Fun, so I'm good. On the topic, the latest games to hit the West are new re-releases of older games. The 3DS got 2 Taiko RPGs in Japan, and when they were ported to Switch, the US got them too. Unfortunately, Namco renamed them to the horribly boring name of Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythmic Adventure 1 and 2. Drum and Fun had a lot of effort put into its English presentation, while Rhythmic Adventure conversely feels like it was slapped together in a weekend. The actual RPGs are good, if a little boring, but I personally bought these games for the regular Taiko gameplay for full price. Aren't I a loser? While the song selection improves on some of the issues with Drum and Fun, parts of the games honestly feel unfinished. The gameplay is fine, and I can even dress my character up as a complete and utter idiot if I want. It's just, parts of this game feel lacking of the $50 price tag. If you want the adventure mode, I'm sure it's worth it, but for anything else, wait for a sale or get Drum and Fun. The Taiko Switch games are pretty regularly going on sale for upwards of 75% of their retail price, and for those prices, I'd say these games are pretty worth it. Wait, I lied. There's also the Apple Arcade Taiko game, under the name Pop Tap Beat. I don't have Apple Arcade, but I did try it once on a free trial, and came to the conclusion that it was an enjoyable game. It uses a touch drum, which works alright, but I have enough ways to play Taiko as is. Come on, this video needs to end at some point. It seems that Taiko finally has a foothold in the US, with Drum and Fun hitting 1 million sold units as of 2019. Obviously the series is far from mainstream over here, but it isn't doing too bad either. I'm excited to see what's in store for the future of this franchise, but I'm probably not going to get any better at it. I'll stay just as bad as I always have been. What's new?